Today we're going to show you, using budget products, affordable products, how to create a beautiful, soft, smoky eye.
Andy, what is the very first product that you're going to use on Janine's skin to prep it for our makeup application?
So as you can see, Janine has got beautiful skin. All we need to do is add a little bit extra hydrants into the skin, and we're going to...
Hydrants?
So all we need to do is give Janine a little bit more hydration. Because her skin is slightly on the dry side, we're going to add a little bit more moisture just to make sure there's no patchiness. So we're going in with the Catrice Hydro Plumping Serum, and I'm just going to work it in with the warmth of my fingers. And don't forget, skincare is always down to the décolletage, and we are working it down to the neck.
So after the Hydro Serum, what are we applying?
Love Skin and Respect Earth Hydro Primer. In a similar motion with my fingers, I'm just applying it and working it into the skin.
Don't forget to watch this video until the end to stand the chance of winning a fabulous hamper featuring Catrice and Essence products that will be all yours.
I think that's a mistake that a lot of women make, is they just go slap bang in with their foundation. And it's a mistake, guys. And the makeup lasts longer as well. That's another very important tip.
100%. So this is the Revlon Colourstay Creme eyeshadow in the shade 755.
Why are we starting with the eyes? I think a lot of people don't know this little tip.
So for today's look, as you guys know, we're going to be doing more of a smoky eye. So if there is any fallout from the eyeshadow, it's easier to apply the eyeshadow first, and then you can always just clean up and apply foundation afterwards. I've actually just applied some of the product onto my hand and just kind of warmed it up in a way with the brush, just to get all the creases out. As you can see,
that is
such
stunning.
a beautiful like gunmetal color.
Stunning.
And I'm using a small flat brush and just applying it, starting with the lower lash line.
So this is one of those products that you apply it on wet, but then it sets and it dries. So it actually acts as a very good base for whatever eye makeup you're going to layer on top of that, right?
Yes, so because it's a cream eyeshadow, your fallout is actually minimal.
Yeah.
But if you do want to add eyeshadow, then it just helps with doing the eyes first. But because it's a long-wearing formula, you can wear it as an eye base. It won't crease. It's sweat-proof. Gym with it even if you want to.
Are you not going in with a primer for the eyelids?
No, because this is a cream formula and a long-wearing formula, this acts as a primer. And I'm just applying from the outer corner of the eye, just blending inwards. I mean, you're more than welcome to just use your finger, but sometimes the warmth of your finger helps to spread out the product. So that's a tip if you are struggling with blending.
Okay.
And you've got a few seconds with this product to blend, so just make sure once you've applied it, you want to blend it quickly, and I would advise one eye at a time for that reason.
Yes. Okay, so what is our next product in that magical box of yours?
This is the Revlon Cream Colourstay in the color 850 Tuxedo, and this I'm using as my jet black liner to define the eyes. So I'm just warming it up and smoothing it out, and then I'm just applying from the root of the lash to the outer C, just a little bit. Okay, so before that eyeliner dries, eyeliner slash eyeshadow, whatever you want it to be, I take a clean brush and just blend out that shadow. And you've got also a few seconds to do this before it dries down. So don't worry about applying it really
perfectly
in a messy fashion, or because you can always just blend it out. That's the best part about these cream shadows. The same brush as before, but just a clean one. You can use a little bit of alcohol on a tissue or a paper towel and just wipe it clean. And I'm just adding a little bit of black just for that definition in the outer C. When we speak of the outer C, we're speaking about this sort of section. As you can see, there is a bit of fallout, but because we've done the eyes first, I can just easily clean that up.
That was my idea to do the eyes.
Yes, Claire's idea. Let me just wipe my hands clean before we begin with the next step. So I've just taken a clean brush and just wiped away any excess smudging from under the eyes before we go in with mascara.
But what kind of brush, Andy?
Just a fluffy one, like so.
A fluffer.
A fluffer.
So you would literally go into the makeup shop and say, "Hi there, I'm looking for a fluffer."
Fluffer. A synthetic eyeshadow fluffer. Okay. Forgot about the eye cream.
Where's the eye cream happening? Oh my soul, Andy, you're not professional. You need to get on it.
I'll add some now to the bottom.
Okay, so what is the next product?
Right, so this baby is my best friend. It is the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. This is a lifesaver. Look at this wand.
That's quite a large wand.
Okay.
Andy, what is wrong with you women?
Guys, it's gonna be so funny. I'm sweating. Okay, so this is one of my favorite mascaras of all time, and I'm gonna make sure to apply the mascara from the root to the tip.
And I mean, you actually prefer that over all the luxury brands?
I really do. I would say between this mascara and the Lancome Grandiose, honestly, you can't get any better in the game. So you need to make sure when you are applying it, you need to work it through the lashes. Maybe use a clean mascara spoolie once you've applied it, just to get that excess product out, otherwise it will clump. You have to be very smart with this product. And don't worry about any smudges, we will clean that up afterwards. And I kind of just go from a side to side sweeping motion so that every lash grips onto that mascara.
So what are we going in with, Andy?
So this is the Hallo Berlin Essence palette. Because we want to keep it cool, I'm going to take a little bit of this sort of shimmery pink color with my finger and just apply it to the center of the lid, just to create a little bit more light.
Do you prefer your hands? Is it possible to use a brush?
You can use a brush, but a brush is not going to pick up the product as well as the warmth of your finger.
Okay, yeah.
And the finger just intensifies it, which is so nice for like this beautiful pop of light in the center of the lids.
What can we do to define her lashes even more now?
So I'm going in with the Essence Kajal pencil. I absolutely... Is it Kajal or Kajal? I just thought about
Oh my heart, it's not Kajal for sure. It does not sound right, okay?
I did Kajal my whole life.
Oh my.
That's a special term for the month of
So I'm going to go in with the Kajal, and I'm just very softly just lining the lower lash line. Don't worry about applying this very neatly. Once again, it's all about smoking it out. And we're just buffing and blending, just to define the lashes.
Yeah.
And don't forget to bring it right in the inner corner. I know Claire doesn't really like the liner to start in the very inner corner of the...
I do like it. It depends on the face.
Depends on the face.
Yeah, it depends on the face.
I find it very flattering.
Can be.
Lengthens the eye.
It can be, but it can also bring your eyes quite close together.
It can do, that's also... If you have very close together eyes, keep your eyeshadow kind of on the outer C.
And even your liner.
And even your liner. Kind of starts everything halfway. I'm just kind of removing any excess fallout, just so that when I step back I can see a beautiful smoky eye without the remnants of a panda. Because of the moisture products on her skin, I'm kind of using that to work off the product. Okay, so this is the Swiitch Beauty BeachBrow. It is a mascara for your brows, so a hint of color.
That's so teeny tiny.
I know, it's so cute. So we're just brushing through the brows, and that way I can kind of see if there are any gaps in the brows where I need to fill in. And this just avoids overfilling and just kind of neatening and grooming the brow. It doesn't look like you're wearing anything on the brow, but it gives you volume and
fluff,
which is exactly what you need. This is the Rimmel Brow This Way Fill and Sculpt Brow Definer. So you've got a spoolie on the one end, and then you've got your product on the other. I'm going to just fill in ever so slightly where there was a little bit of a gap, sort of upwards and outwards. Just drawing in hair-like strokes. If you apply too much product, you just flip it over and brush it up. And just adding a little bit more body towards the end of the tail and giving her a nice defined point. Okay, so this is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation, also with hyaluronic acid to plump the skin. So I'm actually going to apply with our fluffy brush, our smaller fluffy brush. I'm going to apply a little bit on the inner part of the face, around the nose area, just working the product outwards.
Why did you choose that foundation?
Again, I've gone for the more hydrating formulas for Janine. She needs something that's moisturizing, has a little bit of a glowy finish. Anything that's too drying and too much of a matte finish is going to cake and really look old and aangeplak.
Aangeplak, you say? Afrikaans word of the day, guys. Oh, I actually do want to mention, guys, watch till the end because you stand a chance of winning a massive Catrice and Essence hamper, sponsored by Cosmetics South Africa. All you need to do to enter this amazing giveaway is like this video, because obviously it's amazing, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment down below and let us know what was your biggest takeaway from this makeup tutorial.
Okay, so I'm applying the foundation under the eye, so I'm asking it to look up for me, and I'm just applying a little more. It's acting as a concealer almost, and I'm just kind of restricting the eyeshadow and cleaning up the eyeshadow with my concealer. So I'm now going in with the Essence Makeup Buffer brush and just buffing that foundation into the outer perimeter of the face.
Do a little bit, let it set, do another little bit.
Exactly. And don't just apply it everywhere. Only apply in areas where you really need it. Otherwise you are going to look like a cake face. And I always bring my foundation down to the neck and the chest area so that everything is even and she doesn't look like a floating head. And don't forget your ears. If you are going to rock a hairstyle where your ears are exposed, you don't want these like red ears sticking out.
Definitely, I need not.
This is the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer, and I'm just using a little bit of this as a color corrector because most of us actually have a little bit of darkness in certain areas on our face. I'm just kind of cancelling out the color because you'll see if we just leave it, it'll actually shine through a little bit grey under the foundation. So I want to block out the color, push it back, and then cover with concealer.
But that's quite advanced.
It's quite advanced, but it's a nice little tip. If you have any sort of brown discoloration, you want to use something with a little bit more of a warm orange tone because it counteracts that darkness. I kind of want that to set and lock into the skin, and then we're going to cover with concealer. So now we're going with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and this is the part where I am blocking out that color corrector that we applied. Just a tad, and then you always want to stipple. You don't want to wipe away.
Yes, that's a mistake a lot of people make.
Let's see,
as they're applying the makeup, they're actually removing it. So
exactly.
Stipple.
Stipple. Otherwise, you're going to remove all that hard work that you've just slaved away. This concealer is really, really great. I've used it for years now. Whenever I have a horrible spot that just doesn't seem to go away, I can pop this on and it gives me perfect matte coverage and lasts the whole day.
I love a good concealer. Where would we be without concealers in this world?
So this is the Essence Hello Good Stuff Matte and Glow Bronzer. So you've got a combo of the matte and shimmery tone bronzers. I'm just going to apply from the tip of the ear as a guideline downwards and just stipple onto the skin just to give warmth back to the skin. Getting that product in there as opposed to wiping away. And you always just want to bring it down just to warm up the neck as well, so it all looks even. And as you can see, it's just warming up the skin beautifully. So we're warming up the forehead as well with the bronzer, and then just to sculpt the jawline and making sure to bring the product downwards so everything is even. This is the Essence blush in the shade Breathtaking. I'm just applying with a fluffy brush to the apples of the cheek. It's a beautiful coral color, so it really brings youth to the skin. I just love the effect of blush, and Claire's always telling me more blush, more blush. The next product is an Essence highlighter palette called Choose Your Glow, and I'm going to be using that shade over there. And I'm just going to be applying some to the upper cheekbones, just blending downwards. Very, very softly because we don't want a white stripe of highlighter. And blending up to the forehead.
What is the key thing to remember? Where does highlighter go?
So highlighter brings out, whereas concealer pushes back. So you kind of want to just highlight the higher points of the face. Who doesn't want a more prominent cheekbone? Yes. I like to add some on the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow as well. You can add a little bit on the chin as well.
What about here?
We can do under the brow bone as well, but I'll just grab a smaller brush for that. The highlight color I'm applying on the brow bone and just pressing it in with my finger so that it's not overpoweringly bright. I'm going to pop a little bit of highlight on the inner corner, and I always just go crazy with highlight and then just clean up afterwards with my concealer brush. I don't know why I'm like this.
Because you're rough, girl. Rough beast.
And I just soften that highlight on the brow bone. I'm going in with the Essence Stay 8 Hour Lip Liner, waterproof lip liner, and I'm using the soft rosy pink just because it's so romantic and flattering and beautiful on Janine. So I'm just lining on the lip line, and the color is Cosnova, so it's just a beautiful soft pink.
Love that color.
It's beautiful. It's kind of similar to Pillow Talk, isn't it?
Charlotte Tilbury, yeah. Pillow Talk is like my go-to.
And it's super soft on the lips, beautiful. Oh, it's so easy to apply. This next product is from Catrice as well. It's a Demi matte lipstick in the color 090.
So as you can see, what Andy did here, which I really like to do as well, is to line your lips completely in full before applying your lipstick, because lipsticks can often be very moisturizing and hydrating, and then what happens is, because of that, it doesn't last very long and stick to the lips. But if you base or prime your lips with lip liner first and then layer your lipstick on top, you get a much longer lasting color. Is that correct?
Yes, and then also as you eat or drink, you're not left with this line around your lips. We're going one last time with the highlighter for some body glow, and I'm just applying all over the collarbones.
Love that.
Oh, I just love a body glow.
Oh, that is fantastic.
How beautiful and sexy.
Why didn't you give that to me today?
I know, I should
You
have.
always sabotaging me. Give me some. It's too late now. It's too late now, but anyway, I'll take it for the day.
Really went to town with this highlighter,
me
but
more.
it's fine. Someone's jealous.
Because I've got a meeting after this.
Don't forget the shoulders. I'm just adding a little bit more of that Revlon cream shadow, just with what was left on my brush, just to really saturate that under eye color and to make sure that there's no gaps, and also just cleaning up under the eye in case there might be any fallout. We're now going in with the Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss from Essence. Just to add a little bit of dimension to the lips, I'm just applying it with my finger, just in the center of Janine's lips. This is the Swiitch Beauty Translucent Loose Powder. I'm just applying it with a small brush, just in areas where there's a little bit of shine on the T-zone. I want to keep this part of her face nice and glowy, so I'm just kind of applying it just in this sort of area, very softly with a small brush, as I don't want to take away that beautiful glow that her skin is giving us. And this is the finished look.
Andy, well done, my girl. Now I'm going to ask you guys at home, after sitting through this video, thank you for still being with us. If you guys want to win a really fabulous hamper filled with Essence and Catrice products, leave a comment down below. Make sure you've liked this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Mwah! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new one. Please also remember to follow me on Instagram at Clare Wiese-Wentzel and follow our beautiful makeup artist from today, Andrea van den Houten. Also on Instagram, I'll put both of the links down below and on the screen.